Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 141 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim Fuzzy Van Stratton. I'm joined by the great Rodney Newpol. A Tuesday evening. Happy Tuesday. Happy new week. Is this second show in April or third? It doesn't matter. What's up, man?
I think it's the third. I think we had two last week. We actually had a week full of two of them. But what's going on, man? It's good. Cardinals trying to hold on here. They're in the bottom of the 10th, up 7-5. They got the Manfred run, and then they added another run. So be nice to get the second of the three-game series against the Nats here. That's what I'm following. I know you're following. Your Yankees came up with a big hit in their game as well.
Ahmed Rosario with his second homer of the game. Hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th inning to turn a 3-2 deficit into a 5-3 lead here. So David Bednar's now coming out there to try to get the save and get a nice comeback win to get the 8th win of the season for the Yankees. But yeah, that's what I've been following. Ducks are going to be starting up here soon to try to snap a 5-game losing streak. Just getting ice cold at the very worst time.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. So
not great, and not great going on in St. Louis hockey as well. The Blues got off to a slow start. It's 3-1 Avalanche in the third. Like the Blues can't afford to lose any more games, and this one, we've said this for a couple weeks now. They've lost a couple games that they can't afford to lose. Well, they're running out of time. They are 5 points back with 5-6 games to go from the Kings, who beat the Kings beat the Predators in overtime, right? Yeah. So you basically need 2 points, down 2 goals to the Avalanche. Not good. So they look like they could be all but done here soon. Yeah. So
these those Avalanche, I've learned after watching hockey for the last 6 months, those Avalanche, they're good. It's a good hockey team. Not easy to beat them.
Blues beat them in Denver. Just would have been on Sunday. Obviously an exciting one there, but I do. When you play them back to back, you probably only hope you can get 2 or 3 points. You don't expect to get 4.
I mean, 2 points in 2 games against the Avalanche is pretty good. I think you take that every time.
Right.
And it's funny because the Western Conference, and we talked about it a little last week, there's 6 or 7 teams that are all battling for that last playoff spot in the West, all for the opportunity just to get stomped by the Avs in the first round. Because there is, and I know, the Stanley Cup playoffs, anything can happen, blah, blah, blah. There is 0 chance that any team beats the Avalanche in the first round. A 0.0% chance. I would be shocked if any team that plays the Avalanche in the first round wins more than a game against them in a best-of-7 series.
Yeah, Kings, Predators, Sharks, Jets, even Golden Knights who could still fall to 8. Even the Mammoth who could fall to 8. I mean, shoot, the Ducks are only 4 points out of 8.
That's what I'm saying right now. Like everything is on the table, but I promise you, in a best-of-7 series, any of those teams that you've mentioned would not beat the Avalanche in a series. The only teams that would test the Avalanche out west are the 2 teams in their division, Minnesota and Dallas, which would be the second round series.
Yeah, and Colorado's about ready to clinch the overall. They're going to get to 112 points with this one, be 10 points ahead with 5 to go. So, why did we start with hockey?
I don't know. But there you go. That's our hockey talk for the night. Obviously, we got a lot to get to. It is Masters Week, which I know you are excited about. It's one of the few weeks a year where you are excited about golf. We will have a DraftKings lineup for you a little bit later on in the show, so stick around for that. Want to give a shout out real quick, though, to Gateway Sports. I don't know if you have your little live read in front of you here, but Gateway Sports is one of our one of our partners who they promote our show. You know, they've done artwork for us. They've been a nice, solid partner as we've tried to grow the Stupidest Sports Show here. So just want to give them a quick shout out.
Yeah, and if you love sports at every level, there's only one place you need to be. That's Gateway Sports. They cover it all from the preps, college, and the pros. Real coverage, real voices, real passion for the game, from live shows to podcasts. Gateway Sports connects the region like nobody else. Proudly powered by First Form and Recalibrate. Visit gatewaysports.net. Every level, one Gateway. Again, thanks, guys. And we don't have that graphic up, but our latest graphic obviously is the same one we've had for a while, but that's one Gateway put together.
I'm on it.
So thank you for that. Thank you.
I'm on it, and it is baseball season. It is fitting to have this up there. There you go. So Gateway Sports. I've gotten over it. I've gotten over the artwork on my end. So
I mean, yeah, it's not terrible. But by the way, the Cardinals picked up a win, 7-6.
They did win. Okay, that's good. So and the Yankees just won as well, 5-3. So I mean, the Cardinals. What was interesting here? So I had 7. So it was 7-5, and then 7-6, and then so what happened? How did it end?
Yeah, so a wild pitch made it 7-6. Second, third, wild pitch made it 7-6, and they were able to get the final out and pick up the win. So Cardinals are
is it 6-5 now?
6-5. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, they got a chance to win the series in Washington tomorrow. They would finish the road trip 3-3. Okay. You know, they'll take on old friend Miles Michaelis tomorrow at 3:05. It's Michael McGreevy and Miles Michaelis. You know, and then they go home and they take on a Red Sox team who, boy, they've struggled.
They stink. They stink.
It'll be Dustin May, not to be confused with Dusty May on the mound, but boy, he has been some kind of bad. But Boston's going with the trusty TBD in the second weekend of the season. TBD. I don't no idea why.
I thought I could have sworn the Red Sox had about 17 starting pitchers available. How is it that they're already at TBD territory?
Yeah, maybe they just haven't announced it yet. I probably shouldn't throw them under the bus too early. But Sonny Gray. So Garrett Crochet went today. Sonny Gray goes Wednesday. So it looks like the Cardinals are coming up all aces that they won't face either one of those guys. I guess you could bring Crochet back on Sunday, but there's no need to. There's no need to go 4-day rest this early in the season. So you get the Red Sox coming in. They're not playing well. Our old buddy Wilson Contreras, if he's not in a fight, he'll be playing in that one. And then the Guardians. Guardians come to town next week for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So not a bad start for the Cardinals. I'm pleased. I really am, because more than not, they've battled. They've battled. And that's that's what you look for in a young team. And honestly, I'm not, like, I don't get carried away with overhype of the Cardinals, but I will tell you this: if Jordan Walker is back, I don't know if he's back, because I don't know if he's ever been, but if Jordan Walker is a dude, the rebuild is not as long as you think. You have an opportunity to go get a guy or two to center around Jordan Walker, because Jordan Walker's been off to a great start this season.
He's been awesome.
Nolan Gorman's hit a little bit. And JJ Weatherholt has been on base pretty much every game. Mason Wynn's still there. So
I'm looking at their lineup here. I mean, like, Herrera's been bad, but aside from that, Walker's hitting 300, 650 slugging, which is just massive. JJ Weatherholt, and he's been a big leaguer for 2 weeks, has been really solid. Nolan Gorman's been solid. I think you have a good perspective on it. They're, at least offensively, I think that they've shown a lot of battle. Pitching, I don't think you can really say, like, oh man, we have some studs in that rotation right now. But, like, kind of knew that going in, that it was gonna that was gonna be the weak spot there.
Yeah, you definitely knew it coming in, but it's not older, because you got Liberatore, who hasn't been bad. You got McGreevy, who shows some promise. So, you could use those guys and move them towards the back end of the rotation, and and try to improve your rotation, as the years go along here. But anyways, that's just food for thought on the Cardinals, and there'll be struggles. They'll have a 7-game losing streak somewhere along the way. And but I honestly like Oliver Marmol's perception and his he has a good idea how he wants to handle the young guys. And honestly, maybe it wasn't a terrible idea to bring Ollie back to handle young guys like he's doing. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Yeah. But 6-5, not terrible.
6-5. Yep. Better than the Cubs and generational Pete Crow Armstrong, who is an OPS below 600 in his last 80 games.
Yeah, that's not real good. What'd you compare him last night? Kevin Kiermaier?
Yeah, it was. I saw this on Twitter last night. The first 2 years of Pete Crow Armstrong versus the first 2 years of Kevin Kiermaier's career.
Yeah,
and Kevin Kiermaier slashed better across the board, higher average, better on base, better slugging. Didn't have the home runs or the steals that PCA did, but also had about 2 more wins above replacement than PCA. So it's offense, but also defense. So yeah, it's maybe at some point Cubs fans will be really concerned with PCA because I always thought that his 2 months last year where it seemed like he was one of the top home run hitters in the game was a little bit of an aberration. When you look at the underlying numbers with him, you could just see okay, the guy has never once been a power hitter in the minors and the majors up until that point. This isn't the norm for him. And then the second half came around and the power took a nosedive and everything else took a nosedive, and it's continued into this year. He's not hitting the ball hard. He's not getting on base. He is still a very good defender. He's still very fast, but offensively, he's become a liability. And now it's been going on for the equivalent of half a season. It's not ideal if you're the Cubs because $115 million in today's baseball is not a crazy amount of money, but that's a commitment to him that even after his bad half a year, they still gave him an extension. They said, you're a core piece of this franchise. And he's basically been the equivalent of Jackie Bradley Jr. for half a season.
Yeah.
That's what he's been, but that's not at all what they need him to be. They need him to be, even if it's not 40 homers a year, get on base, dude. Use your wheels. Become a contact. I think if he only hit a dozen homers a year, but he was able to hit 270, steal 30 plus bags, Gold Glove defense, it's incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
That's all they need. They don't need much more than that.
Yeah. He did homer and have 3 hits tonight. So Tim curse is real. But I mean, that's par for the course because wasn't it last show you talked about Luka being MVP?
Yeah. No, that day, and then that very night, the Lakers lose by about 700 points, and Luka Doncic is essentially done for the season.
Becomes ineligible to even win the MVP award.
Yes, by 1 game. Yeah, it's the Tim curse is a dangerous thing. I have no control over it. I wish I did. Maybe I do. Maybe I should just stop talking. Maybe this is the problem. It's whenever I make sort of declarations about someone. This guy stinks, or this guy should win this award. It ends like I did at the beginning of the year, where I was like Wemby MVP, and then he got hurt immediately.
Yeah, he's hurt again, right?
Yeah, or Miami Heat will be a top 3 seed in the East, and then they'll lose 9 in a row. That's, I don't know, man. I don't know. But
by the way, I wanted to check in. Oh, Buzz, the Hornets are losing tonight. They really could have used this one tonight too, because they have a chance at the 6 seed. Boy, we're all over the place tonight. But
that's what I was just gonna say, man. We are absolutely all over the place. So we are approximately 15 minutes into the show. We opened up the show inexplicably with talking about the second wild card spot in the NHL Western Conference. Mm-hmm. Then we went to St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to the Lakers. and now we're on the Hornets. This is one day after the national championship. This is 2 days before the Masters. So there's
1,100 college basketball Division I players in the portal.
That's normal. That's a good thing, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Because Dusty May started. Let's do that. Dusty May started 5 transfers.
Yeah. Well, first of all, something my Tim curse didn't break is after the first weekend of the tournament, I was like, if I had a do-over, I would take Michigan to win the championship. So shout out to the Wolverines. Unfortunately, the one bad thing about all of this is that we are no longer able to mention that the Big Ten hasn't won a national championship since 2000, which was, I think, your favorite and most repeated line every March for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
So we can't say that anymore, which is unfortunate.
No, and now I have to admit that the Big Ten is absolutely dominating college sports.
Yeah.
And probably is going to continue because they have the money and the needs and the NIL that they can bring dudes in. I mean, they're already talking about the best 3 teams in college basketball next year: Michigan, Michigan State, and Illinois. I mean, I don't know how you know that with the portal, but
yeah,
they don't expect to lose a lot of their core guys. And they'll probably add to that via the portal. They will add to it via the portal, and not great, But Michigan's good, man. And I can't wait for next March when I convince you to pencil in and then pen in Arizona.
I mean, I had Arizona going in the national championship.
I had them win.
A lot of people had Arizona and Duke. It's funny. Probably of all the 1 seeds, I think the one least picked was Florida, which makes sense. It's hard to repeat.
Yeah.
But probably got a lot more Arizona and Duke than Michigan.
Yeah.
Going into the bracket and stuff. But I mean, Michigan's a really good team, man.
They're really good.
They faced a UConn team that was super experienced, a coach that had won national championships, that had just slain Duke and Illinois. And they got out to a lead, and UConn had moments in the second half too, where I'm like, oh man, here they go again, and especially late where it was like they got it down. It was what, a 5-point game, 6-point game with the ball, and then I was like, oh boy, here it comes, and then Michigan was just able to just keep them from going on runs, and that was really impressive. How they would just be able to just immediately bounce back. UConn, they had a chance to swing the game, but no, we're not going to let them do that. And crazy amount of blocks, and just the interior defense was outstanding. It forced UConn to just take a lot of outside shots. And I was really impressed with Michigan. Obviously, Dusty May with what he did over at was it FAU? He was the FAU coach, right? Yeah. He took an FAU team to the Final Four, and now he won a national championship for Michigan that hadn't won a national championship in college basketball in 40 years. Obviously the guy's an incredible coaching prodigy, and who knows if he's going to be at Michigan for long, because there might be, what happens when Bill Self leaves and the Kansas job opens, or what happens if Duke says, hey, we're John Shire, we're tired of these disappointments in March, we're going to move on. So he can get any job he wants, any job he wants, or it could just be Michigan. It could just be the Michigan guy for going forward, because it's a huge school, obviously.
Yeah, huge school, a lot of NIL money, and I like Dusty May's demeanor. He doesn't seem to ever really be too high, too low. He doesn't really get worked up. He's not a hey, look at me type coach. He seems to be a pretty good guy. Indiana roots. He grew up as a manager for Bobby Knight, basically did whatever he could to kind of move up the ranks. So I like his story. But man, they were just better than UConn. They were better. You got to tip your cap to them. And honestly, it was one of the first times I'd see Danny Hurley after a loss, not really all that upset. I think he knew that his team probably overachieved, being runner up. They probably weren't better than Duke. They probably weren't better than Illinois. And just found ways to win. So
Yeah.
It was not a great national championship, and a decent Final Four, not great Final Four. And I mean, I always loved the tournament, but there was some days it lacked. The Duke UConn game is the number one overall of the tournament.
Yeah, every round had a great matchup, which is all you can ask for. And we got a great Final Four with big programs and a national championship where it was, a huge Big Ten program against a UConn team that, in my lifetime, UConn, whether men's and women's, like that's the pinnacle of college basketball.
Yeah,
has been UConn. Yeah. So yeah, I was pleased with it. I'm happy with it. I'm not happy that the Big Ten has a championship in college hoops now. We can't make that joke anymore. I'm hoping that this doesn't lead to a run where they just win like the next 5 in a row. That would be a nightmare. I mean, as long as it's not Illinois, I guess I think you can stomach it.
Yeah, but I mean, Illinois is on the doorstep, man. I really do. Yeah. I really think they're going to be there. But the thing about Illinois is, will these other programs figure out the European connection and start plucking some of those guys that Illinois has been getting and kind of intercept their pipeline there? Because, I mean, obviously what Illinois has done has been impressive, getting players, and, Underwood's obviously figured out how to get them together. But we'll see if they can put it together 2 years in a row. As our buddy Jim Matson today, they were talking about John Blackwell of Wisconsin, who's in the portal. Really good player, and Illinois would like him, but he mentioned that Duke was really high on him. And even Jim, a diehard Illinois fan, was like, well, if Duke's recruiting you, you got to go to Duke, because Duke has been is typically a Final Four team. Illinois still isn't quite there yet. Illinois isn't they're typically a Final Four team. Duke, whereas like you could probably argue the stats over the years, because Duke has, fallen short several times, but Duke is probably more of a Final Four team than Illinois. So that's where Illinois wants to get, is they want to be that program is like, yeah, I'm going to go to Illinois because I have a good chance at the Final Four.
Yeah.
They're close. They're close.
They're close. No, I agree with that for sure. All right, so another big college basketball story in addition to Michigan winning the national championship. This one caught me off guard, man. Michael Malone. It's not Mike Malone. No, he wants to be Michael. Don't call him Mike, okay? Don't do it. Michael Malone, who you most recently saw parading on the NBA sidelines with the Denver Nuggets, won an NBA title with the Nuggets. This is North Carolina, I guess. They got obviously Bill Belichick for their football team, and now they pulled an NBA coach, Michael Malone, for their basketball team. A lot of the North Carolina buzz was around Billy Donovan. There were a couple other names that were floated out there, and I don't know if you had heard Michael Malone was in the running, or if it just sort of came out of nowhere. But at least for me, it was like, oh, okay. I hadn't even thought about it at all. But I'd love to hear your reaction on this, because I have some thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think Michael Malone to North Carolina is fantastic. I don't know if that's going to be a universal agreement with me. So Michael Malone's name was like mentioned by a couple people, and it was like, well, keep an eye out for Michael Malone. And it's it's like, okay, the experts are kind of throwing names out there, and then it kind of surfaced that his daughter was a volleyball player at North Carolina, and it kind of surfaced that he had been at a few practices and knew some of the guys, and so it kind of makes sense. But I think Michael Malone to North Carolina is fantastic, because like the game is changing. It is a minor leagues of NBA more than ever now. I'm not worried about how he can convert to college kids. He's going to find his guys. He's going to find talent. He's going to have guys that find talent. That's why you have a general manager now. That's why you have all these assistants. I think he's going to do a nice job. Now, what that means, I mean, Duke is still ahead of them. And, they still have a ways to go to get back to North Carolina of old. But, like, we saw Michigan turn it around in 2 years. Took 2 years. That's it. Juwan Howard was 2 years ago. I don't think North Carolina is going to take a hit from this. I think they'll improve. So I think it's a fantastic hire. Michael Malone was a really good coach for the Nuggets that just kind of got fired because
that's just Did you know that this is the first time since 1961 that North Carolina's head basketball coach has no previous ties to the program?
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay, right? I mean, like,
it's more than okay. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's 65 years where their head coach was like Dean Smith or someone with ties to Dean Smith, or like, that's insane.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they went Dean Smith, they went Roy Williams, they had that other guy in there for a little bit that didn't do real well, Hubert Davis. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, there was probably some North Carolina guys that had. Yeah. I mean, they were talking about like Jerry Stackhouse, but Jerry Stackhouse didn't work at Vanderbilt. Like that didn't seem like that was going to be a great hire. Michael Malone knows basketball. That's what I mean. I certainly think he knows basketball, and there could have been worse hires, and they got it done before the portal opened, which I think they panicked. I mean, maybe they panicked, but I still think it was a good hire. But they're like, we got to get this before the portal or everybody's leaving and nobody's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. And, speaking of demeanor, like you mentioned Dusty May's demeanor, that you like that. So, I think of like the NBA coaches that suddenly pivot and go to college, like Mike Woodson. Like, I'm not surprised that Mike Woodson at Indiana didn't work out. Because, like, Mike Woodson doesn't strike me as the type of coach that would really sort of like motivate college kids and like, be like, hey, this is what I can offer you. Michael Malone, he has, I think, the right sort of attitude that I think if I was someone looking to like grow as a basketball player, I think Michael Malone would get it out of me. Like, I think Michael Malone, his attitude, the way that he conducts himself, like he's a fiery coach. He's demanding. But I think it works for basketball. I don't think like chill, laid back works more for NBA than it does for college. I think college, you can get away with like having high expectation. I think he's that type of coach. I was going to ask you though, like, is there still, you think, if you're an 18-year-old and you are looking, and you're a top basketball recruit and North Carolina is offering you a scholarship and you're sort of weighing your options, are you thinking like, hey, you know what? It would be cool to get coached under the guy who coached Nikola Jokic and won a championship. Like, is that something though, like today's 18-year-old, is that something that they care about? Or is it just like, who's going to pay me the most?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably who's going to pay me the most. But like, back to the Brad Underwood conversation, why couldn't Michael Malone go get big European players that could be like Nikola Jokic? Now, I'm not saying nobody's going to be Nikola Jokic, but we saw the European players that Illinois had were really good. Why couldn't North Carolina? Why wouldn't they have the pipeline that's like, yeah, I coached Jokic to a championship. Come over and play for me. So I think there is something to be said for that, but I don't know as if like the high school seniors are, here in the United States are really going to care about that. But I do think there's a chance you could go get Europeans that, look up to Jokic.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. It doesn't seem like many of them cared that Bill Belichick was the coach, because otherwise I think the football team would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Now basketball is different. North Carolina basketball compared to North Carolina football is much different. It's a whole different beast. So it's not really an accurate comparison, but certainly interesting to think about. Like if you are considering your options and it's like, hey, this guy won an NBA championship. He coached a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 3-time NBA MVP. Like, he's probably credited with a lot of Jokic's overall development. Like, if I'm a center too, or like from overseas, I'm like, and yeah, you brought up a good point. Like, European comes over, it's like they all know Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
If you have any sort of resemblance in your game to him, I think North Carolina makes a lot of sense.
Right. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of players he gets.
Yeah. All right. Speaking, we kind of touched on this earlier. Pivoting to the NBA. Yeah, see you, Lakers. Boy, I lost all of my optimism instantly. Instantly. In one night. Luka with an injury that I would imagine if they are even considering it, they shouldn't. He should not play basketball again for the rest of this season. Because what's going to happen is they're going to try to rush him back for the playoffs, and it's going to be a Tyrese Halliburton situation.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. Like, no, it's not worth it. Austin Reeves ruled out 4 to 6 weeks. Same game. Austin Reeves also out.
Bronny time. Let's go.
And LeBron is sitting out tonight. So they're playing the Thunder again. This time is a 17.5-point dog at home. No Reeves, no Luka, no LeBron. I mean, obviously they're in the playoffs. Who knows if they'll be able to hold on to the 4 or to the 3 seed right now? But it's like they lost at Dallas the other night.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, right now they're a half game below Denver, and if when they lose tonight, they're in jeopardy of falling back behind Houston and starting on the road at Houston. Probably won't fall as far as Minnesota. I don't know if they can 3.5. So probably in that 4-5 game, and it's looking like the Rockets. It's looking like the Rockets first round, which is what you wanted, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Which is what I wanted when we had Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. So disappointing. But I think at this point you have to think about next year.
Yeah. The 4 play-in teams are locked in the West.
Yeah. So run down the NBA sort of playoff picture as it stands right now. I mean, we have how many? Last day of the regular season is when? Is it?
Yeah, so teams have 3 or 4 games left.
The 12th, April 12th. So Sunday. Yeah, Sunday's the last day of the season.
Yeah, so right now in the West, we have the 7-8 game is the Suns and Clippers. Obviously, the winner of that moves on. The loser of it would play the winner of Portland Golden State. So the Trailblazers, Golden State will play. Winner gets either the Suns or Clippers. The winner of Suns Clippers gets in. Minnesota looks like they're going to be the 6. Oklahoma City's got a 2.5 game lead on the Spurs with 4 to go. Like that's 62 in. They're probably going to get the 1, especially with Wemby out. I can't imagine they catch them, and they do not play. San Antonio's only got 3 games left, so they're going to grab the 1. In the East, Boston just beat the Hornets, so Hornets fall back now to 9 again.
Yeah.
Below Orlando. Orlando plays Minnesota, the Bulls, and the Celtics. So right now we'll have Hornets, Heat. Winner gets the loser of Philly, Orlando. But those teams are only 1 behind Toronto.
Rodney, can I just say, like, it's crazy to me that of all of the teams that were in the play-in mix, the Atlanta Hawks were the one that ascended out of it. Yeah. Like, if I told you back in December, I was like, hey, Rodney, between the Heat, Hornets, Magic, Sixers, Raptors, and Hawks, who's going to finish with the best record?
Yeah.
I think you would probably put Hawks firmly at the 10.
Yeah. Definitely. But I agree. Back to the Hornets thing. Like they're in trouble as far as getting out of the 9 spot because they have the Pistons on Friday and the Knicks on Sunday.
So the Pistons. The good news is the Pistons clinched the conference.
Yeah.
So they don't. I don't know what it as far as like Cade with awards and stuff. Is Cade back?
I didn't think he was back. Is he?
Is he still not back? So I'm not sure. I mean,
he's only played 61 games. Yeah, he's still out.
Yeah, so he wouldn't be eligible anyway, even with the 3 games. So Yeah, it's great. Like Detroit's still a 16.5-point favorite even without Cade against Milwaukee here. But so like the Pistons, I mean, you can't totally flat out sit guys and be rested, but like the Pistons in theory don't have anything left to play for. They've won the conference. They're the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So that helps there. And then who's after Detroit?
At the Garden for the Knicks.
Yeah, that's a tough one because the Knicks are definitely trying to make sure that they keep that 3 seed.
Yeah, they're only a game ahead of Cleveland. So, yeah, I mean, Charlotte's got to win both and get some luck to get out of the 9 spot. But, I mean, even a loss to Boston, that's a tough ending for the Hornets.
Yeah.
Although Detroit and the Knicks.
That's a really tough one. It's probably looking like they're staying at that 9 seed, assuming that Miami doesn't win their last couple. But
so they'll have to beat Miami, and then they'll have to beat the loser of Toronto, Philly.
Let me throw something crazy at you here. Because I just thought about this when I said the Knicks are going to try to keep that 3 seed. If you're the 3 seed, you end up playing. So you play Toronto in the first round, and then likely facing the Celtics in round 2. If you're the 4 seed, you get the Atlanta Hawks, and then the Detroit Pistons.
With Cade being
Would you rather be the 4 seed in that scenario than the 3 seed?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it's not going to necessarily change your home and away.
It doesn't change your home and away at all. That's what I'm saying. Because like Detroit and Boston are not going to lose their first round matchups. Like that's who you would play. So it doesn't impact whatsoever. But I'm just thinking, like, if I'm the Knicks, I'm like, I think I'd rather play the Pistons in the second round than the Celtics.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. So you're right. Maybe, I mean, I don't think the Knicks are thinking about losing, but maybe in that last game they're not too concerned about playing Charlotte, and if they do lose, they fall to 4. Okay, whatever. I mean, the Knicks have the Celtics tomorrow on Thursday, the Raptors on Friday, and the Hornets on Sunday, all at the Garden. So a nice finish. 3 games in basically 4 days, all at home for the Knicks. So favorable ending, and they've won 3 in a row. They beat the Grizzlies, Bulls, and Hawks. They just beat the Hawks by 3.
Yeah. All right, out west now. You had mentioned 3 of the 4 play-in teams are because it doesn't show Phoenix is officially clinched yet, but they will be a play-in team. So Golden State 36-42, the 10 seed. I mean, just crippled with injuries this year.
Yeah.
Butler got hurt early and is done for the year. Curry's missed a bunch of games. I mean, Malachi Leon's Bradley Starr, who not only is he playing, but he also has a hand injury that he's playing through that's requiring him to shoot free throws with his left hand because his right hand is hurt. I don't know if you saw. I saw like a clip of Steve Kerr talking about it, but like the fact that Malachi Leons, who was like a G leaguer, like on a 2-way contract, is playing hurt through that type of injury, like that's how short-handed the Golden State Warriors are.
Yeah, not great.
No, it's not. Yeah, but they'll be in it. So it's them against Portland. Clippers face Phoenix. OKC is. Are you surprised last week of the year that the OKC Thunder have not clinched the 1 seed yet?
I mean, they've won 62 games? I mean,
yeah, 62. It'll be so. Yeah, so the Thunder wrap up the year. So they're playing the Lakers tonight. They'll win that one. So 63. They're at the Clippers tomorrow, and then at Denver, and then hosting Phoenix.
I mean, they got a chance to win 66 games and take till 3 games to go to wrap it up. That's how good those teams have been. I mean, San Antonio has been knocking on the door all season. 60 wins for the Spurs. Whew. Yeah. No, the Spurs have arrived. And the losses that they do have are close. Like that game against Denver over the weekend was outstanding. That was a 136-134 overtime game. But like, yeah,
They beat the Spurs they beat the Celtics by double digits. They beat the Hornets by double digits. They went to Miami, beat them by 25. I mean, this is a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
It's a really good team that and we've seen they've played OKC multiple times this year. They won the series against them. Yeah. They won the regular season series against the Thunder. So I'm fully on board with the Spurs potentially winning the West this year.
That's going to be a great Western Conference Finals, and I'm going to guess that's what happens. Spurs and Thunder should be a great series. Yeah.
So as it stands right now, obviously you'll have OKC and the Spurs advancing. Minnesota at Denver. You taking who?
I'll take Denver.
I'll take Denver. Houston at Lakers. I mean, as presently constructed, you have to take Houston. I
think so. Yeah. Sadly.
So then you get Houston against OKC. OKC will destroy them. And then it would be Denver Spurs.
I mean, you can't, it's really hard to count out Denver, too.
Wow. Yeah, who's won 9 in a row, mind you.
Yeah.
Boy, Jokic. It's just 28, 13, and 11.
That's the problem. I mean, you're going to have Jokic and Wemby going head to head. Woo!
That's that series. I don't know how we can prove this, but there's a chance that would be the best second round series of the last at least 20 years in the NBA.
There's a good chance of it. Yes.
Boy, that's phenomenal. Yeah, and I'd Spurs, but here's the thing too. We talk about it all the time, and it's my hesitation with Detroit. These teams that are young and are just now entering the postseason, a lot of them don't find that immediate playoff success.
Right.
The Thunder just broke through last year, and Detroit was one and done last year, and this is their first year being at the top of the conference. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Spurs get bounced in the second round, but I'm just saying, if it's not this year, boy, it's coming. It's going to happen. But a lot of times you need to go through that heartbreak before you can sort of advance and get past it, like the Thunder did.
Yeah, agree.
All right, so let's move on here real quick. Got about 15 minutes left on the show. We want to get to Augusta. Hello, friends. How much research have you done on the Masters this year? I know you famously hate research, and as the stupidest sports show on earth, that's what we do. We just kind of go in blind. But have you looked at anything? Have you looked at any Master stuff today?
I mean, I've got it pulled up right now because I knew we were getting ready to. I'm sure you can't see that, but really the only thing was the 4 texts that you nerds sent earlier today about Masters.
Yeah. This is what I could tell you. So Masters is easy. If you've watched any Masters in the past, Augusta, the course. Gotta hit it long, avoid the rough, scramble, don't bogey. And the biggest change this year, though, is for the first time in 15 years, no rain is expected at any point. No. We have an absolute perfect forecast for all 4 days at Augusta National, which is nice because then you don't have to be how's the wind and the rain going to affect these guys, or if there's lightning and there's a delay and the guys are have to pause their rounds. There's all those different complications. Perfect weather, no delays, and you're pretty much just okay, it's going to come down to who's the best golfer. That's it. So favorites, I don't know if you have betting odds close by here. Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and pull those up. To no surprise, Scotty Scheffler is your favorite. He should be the favorite for every tournament that he enters. He's won 2 of these? 1 of these? 2 of these?
2, I believe.
2 of these? I think 2 of these. He's a good golfer. I don't know if you guys have heard that.
He is listed at plus 495.
Yeah. So that's eating the chalk there. But there's an interesting person who is second, I believe, and it's not Rory McIlroy.
Nope.
Who won last year. I believe it is another Masters champion who's not on the PGA Tour. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is Jon Rahm.
Yes.
And our buddy Skeeter, who is the nerd, who does do all of the golf nerd stuff, I'm pretty sure he's very high on Jon Rahm this week.
I mean, he's a good player.
A good player. No, he's a good player. So go ahead and run down, just like give us the top names here and the odds this week before we build our lineup.
Scotty plus 495, Jon Rahm plus 910, so basically double. Bryson DeChambeau plus 1050, Rory 1175, Oberg 1650, Xander Schauffele 18-1, Tommy Fleetwood 22.5-1, Cameron Young 23, Matt Fitzpatrick 23.5. That basically rounds out the top. Yeah, it's 9, and then Hideki Matsuyami's plus 27. So there you go. On down, your boy, not your boy, but our boy Jordan Spieth, 42-1.
Jordan Spieth is your boy. He is specifically your boy.
Justin Thomas, 54-1.
He fell off, man.
The fall from grace for these boys. Jason Day, 68-1. Tyrell Hatton, 82-1.
Yeah, that seems low.
I mean, the problem is he's going to get pissed off at some point.
Yeah, that is true. You're counting on Tyrrell Hatton to have 4 days of calm and composed golf.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Which is just impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
All right. Did you mention Patrick Reed in there? I think Patrick Reed is like.
I didn't. No.
No. You know what? I don't want to. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna build a lineup here. We do this for every Masters. So I have a few lineups, but I entered the 100,000 to first place contest on DraftKings here, where we're gonna fill out our lineup and submit it and win a bunch of money. So do the same. Do the same in a different contest though, so then we can,
Yeah. So am I going first or are you?
Why don't you go first? I'll let you go first here. Set the tone.
All right. So this guy finished in the top 6 the last 2 years. He's finished in the top 6. So I don't. First of all, do you have a guess on that? So if he finished top 6 the last 2 years, do you have a guess?
Top 6 last 2 years. It's not Xander, is it?
He is not on the PGA Tour.
Not on the PGA Tour. Finished top 6 last 2 years. Bryson DeChambeau.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay. I'm going to go with Bryson DeChambeau. Obviously, the things he's been doing on the LIV are a little bit different. He won the event at South Africa. I don't know as if I even take what he's doing on the LIV into consideration. I don't think it matters a whole lot. But he finished tied for 6th and tied for 5th the last 2 years. So. And even if he doesn't win it, if he can finish top 5, he's going to give us some pretty good points on our DraftKings team. I do think he has a chance of winning it. I'll do a Bryson DeChambeau at 10,200. So I'm taking up a chunk of change.
Yeah, no, that's going to be our sort of star in this, So we're going to pivot off of like the Scheffler and the Rory and the Rahms. We're going to go with Bryson. Bryce plays his course pretty well.
Yeah. And that's where, I guess with me picking first, you have the option of whether I take the star or you take the star, or we just kind of continue to defer. But I'm going to go Bryson and see what we can do with this lineup.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very good with it. All right, I'm going to give you a name here. So I don't have this person in my lineups, but it's someone who I very much like, and I figured this is a good opportunity to put him in. $8,800. We're gonna go with Victor Hovland.
Yeah. Okay.
Victor Hovland here. So Victor Hovland, just looking at his sort of course history here at Augusta. So he has had a top 10 finish. So back in 2023, he was 7th here. Cut in 2024, but then 21st in 2025. But playing well. really good golfer. Just one of those guys who can sort of be in contention at any given time. So, and I like him sub 9,000. Sub 9,000 is a pretty decent price for him. So I'm adding Hovland to the team.
Yeah, 8,800. So we've spent. So we have 7,750 left for 4 players. $31,000 remaining with Bryson and Hovland. I'm going to go slightly over that amount, but not by much.
Yeah.
And I am going to be, this is one of my famous phrases. And I would say maybe even one of my famous players. I'll be the Huckleberry on this guy, and I am going to go with Tyrell Hatton.
Yeah.
At 8,100. Tyrell Hatton tied for 9th, tied for 14 the last 2 years. So again, top 10, top 15 finish. We'll take it. So we've got Hovland, Hatton, and DeChambeau. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah. All right. I just want to get some. I feel like we have we have 2 live guys, right?
We do, yes.
All right. So this all right, I'm going to give you a name here that could be the absolute make or break for our team.
All right.
Cameron Smith.
Okay.
Who won a major. Who at one point I think was like universally considered a top 10 golfer in the sport.
Yeah.
Did you know that Cam Smith last year was cut from all 4 majors?
Wow.
Missed the cut across the board. But at the same time, his career at Augusta includes a top 5, a top 2, a top 10, a top 3, a top 6. The hope is at $7,500 that you get a renaissance of Cam Smith who makes the cuts and who has himself a great weekend and is fighting for contention. I mean, $7,500 for a guy with that many top 10 finishes at Augusta, who is still young and who's been, and I'm kind of with you. I don't pay a ton of attention to like live stuff, but like, seems like he's been playing decently well enough, and like the price is just way too cheap. Yeah. Like if you're asking $7,500 for Cam Smith or $8,200 for Justin Thomas, like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, I like that. So that leaves us at $15,400 left at $7,700 per player. And I am going to go slightly under that amount, so you'll have a little bit more to spend on this one. And so our team is going to be a pretty balanced team. Like, we're not going stars and scrubs here. It's a pretty balanced. We do have a star, but this is going to be our biggest scrub, I think, when I make this pick. I don't know how much current form. Current form obviously comes into play here. But this guy did miss the cut at Valero Texas Open, so that is a little bit of a concern. But like, it's a different course, and okay, he didn't play all that well. He missed by a stroke, so not that big a deal. But this will be my third guy where all 3 of my guys will have had really nice Masters success the last 2 years. This guy finished tied for 3rd and tied for 12th the last 2 years. Max Homa.
I like that pick, man. I like this team, which is scary.
Matt, we know how this is going to go. But Max Homa's a good player. A popular Twitter follow as well for the golf fans. But this is a good team, and now you've got 8,100 to round us off, and and whether you made this pick or I made this pick, this is where we lose.
Yeah. All right. So I don't. Sepp Straka just screams like he's gonna piss us off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is a really fun range that you've given me here. So I'm kind of deciding between 2 guys. One of them is Russell Henley.
Yeah.
Who I think Russell Henley has a pretty decent track record here at Augusta. I mean, okay, so he missed the cut last year, but he does have a top 4 finish. Also was like 11th and 15th stuff. So like he has that success here. And then the other name that I'm looking at is Siwoo Kim.
Oh, he could really bomb, but he could also be really good.
Yeah. So I
mean,
feel like I don't know.
Siwoo Kim has played pretty well this year, and this kind of goes against my last one. Siwoo Kim has finished. Let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah, so he was
finished 9 starts.
Russell Henley was caught last week, but 13th at the Players, 6th at the Arnold Palmer. Ah, man, you know what? I think we roll the dice with Siwoo Kim, who's made 10. He's 10 for 10 on the cut line this year. And then we can go Siwoo. All right.
So yeah, I mean, we'll leave 300 on the table, and our team is Bryson DeChambeau, Tyrell Hatton, Max Homa, Victor Hovland, Siwoo Kim, and Cameron Smith.
It's Rodney, it's a pretty decent team. I'm sure if we send it to Skeeter, he'll be like, well, actually, but you know what? Man? Like, and here's the thing, like, these are big contests that the lineup's going in. We're taking some swings. We're literally, we're taking swings here to try to be different. Cam Smith's no one's gonna play Cam Smith.
Yeah.
I don't think that you're gonna get a ton of people that are like, that I don't think like you're gonna have duplicates of our lineup. I don't. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with it, and like DeChambeau's great. He could absolutely be in contention on Sunday. Hovland, same deal. Hatton, just like, dude, like, okay, if you're gonna bogey, man, like, it's cool. Like, it's cool. Like, just move on.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like the team. Yeah. I like the team. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now I'm gonna spend tomorrow putting more lineups together. I'm ready. I'm in the mood. Hello.
Yeah. Friends. Who's your official pick? Is it Bryson then?
Yes. My Bryson will be my pick. I also will throw out there Tommy Fleetwood.
Has to get one eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just settle for those 2. I'll just give 2, and I'll go Bryson and Tommy.
Besides the obvious, like Scotty Scheffler, I kind of have like a Xander buzz, like ringing around in my ear.
Yeah,
it's good player. Yeah, good player. And probably where I would have started the lineup had like I started, but like I'm very okay with doing a Bryson one, and just like, because I didn't have Bryson anywhere, but you can't ignore that, like, the guy plays well at this course. He's one of the few live guys who didn't actively get worse when he left the PGA Tour, because he's obsessive about his craft and continuing to perfect it. So yeah, I'm all in on it. I really like the lineup, and I'm anxious to see how it all plays out.
6:40 Central Time Thursday morning. Max Homa is in the second group, 6:50. So by breakfast and brackets time on Thursday, by the time Aaron and I are on the air, 9 a.m. Central Time, Max will be a good portion of his way through his round. Hopefully I'm not triggered at that point. But anyways, 6:40 Central Time.
What time is Cameron Smith? Because I know that's the one that's going to just totally infuriate me.
Cameron Smith.
He's morning. He's Thursday morning.
8:19 Central Time.
Yeah. Oh man, that Cameron Smith +3 after 4 holes when you go on the air is just going to.
Tommy Fleetwood, 8:55 Central Time. Bryson DeChambeau, 9:07. So are we going all mornings here? Victor Hovland, 9:43 a.m.
Hovland's morning. Siwoo Kim is the afternoon round. Siwoo and Hatton are both afternoon.
11:56 for Hatton. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, I know Skeeter talks about trying to, one philosophy is wave, but if there's no weather issues, it's not that big a deal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's rare that there's no weather. Normally there is, and that is something to consider. But this year, it's going to be perfect. So just go out there and golf. Go out there, do your thing, young man. Win us some money.
All right. Can we skip
quick?
Can we skip it? Can we skip this?
You want to skip it? All right. We both went 2 and 3.
That's so bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. We split our Final Four games. We bet the same NHL game, 2 different bets, and lost both of them. It wasn't good. We'll bounce back on Thursday.
I actually did pretty well in the Final Four. Because I I had Illinois and the under, which both won. I had Arizona lost, but I had that over in that one. And then last night I had UConn in the under, and both of them won. But of course, one of my losses came in best bets for betting. Blues and Ducks had 6 goals after 1 period, I think. Anyways, we'd skip it. We're skipping it.
Skip it. All right, let's wrap up the show here. We're going a little long. Let's remember someone. And in honor of Masters Week, let's remember a golfer. Hey, Rodney, remember VJ Singh?
Yeah. I mean, I still remember VJ Singh. He's still around, right?
I think he's 63, so I'm sure he's playing on the senior circuit. But yeah, VJ Singh, who what is interesting about VJ Singh, of course, we'll give you the quick rundown. He has 66 professional wins, 34 of them coming on the PGA Tour. He's won 3 majors, won the PGA Championship in 98. He won the Masters in 2000. Then he won another PGA in 2004. In 2004, so I don't know if you remember, Rodney, when Tiger Woods wasn't just getting arrested. He was a very good golfer. Early 2000s, though, it wasn't just Phil Mickelson that was trying to disrupt the Tiger reign over golf, but VJ Singh not only threatened Tiger's reign, but actually in 2004 passed him. Had one of the best seasons in the history of golf. He won 9 times in 2004, including the PGA Championship, overtaking Tiger Woods as the number 1 golfer in the world. This is like right at the height of Tiger's peak in 04 here. And VJ Singh, and I'm not sure how long VJ ended up holding on to number 1 after he claimed it, but like, that's impressive. 9 victories in a year, one of which was a major. And Aaron saying 66 pro wins. Like, guy won a lot of tournaments. Guy won a lot of golf. And he's for someone who he was never probably viewed as like absolute superstar because he was playing in the Tiger era for many years. But like, guy's a no doubt Hall of Famer. He was the PGA Tour Rookie of the Year. He was a 3-time money list winner. He was Player of the Year. Absolute stud.
Yeah, won the Masters in 2000, so 26 years ago. So I do remember VJ Singh. I do not remember him taking over for Tiger in number 1, but that's impressive. That's impressive.
It was I'm reading. He overtook Tiger Woods 2004, ending Woods' streak of 264 weeks in the number 1 spot. Then Tiger took it back in early 2005, back in March, but then 2 weeks later, VJ Singh took it back again after getting 3 top 3 finishes in a row, like 3 top 3 finishes in 3 consecutive weeks. But then Tiger won the Masters, and Tiger took it back.
So two things, interestingly enough here. VJ Singh did not play in last year's Masters, but he did play in the 2024 and made the cut. He made the cut.
Is that right?
So he tied for 58th in 2024. He did not play last year. And he won his first Masters the 7th time he was in it. I know it's very difficult to win early in your career in the Masters. It was the 7th. He had not finished in the top 20, and then he won it in 2000. The 2004 year, didn't you say that's when he took over? Tied for 6th. It was his 6th top 10 finish in 7 years. So he had a nice run at Augusta.
Yeah. Yeah, after that first Masters win, the next 6 years or so, 5 of them he was like top 10.
Yeah. Impressive.
And just kept rolling. Like after he shook whatever demons he had in Augusta, then he was just rolling it and was super successful there. And and you look at like 2004, he had that PGA Championship, and then 2005, he was top 10 in all. So did he ever run? If I'm reading this right, so 2005 because the PGA Championship used to be the last major, right?
Yes.
Okay, so starting with the PGA in 2004. Then all 4 majors in 2005, and then the first 2 majors in 2006. So meaning that he had 7 consecutive majors where he finished in the top 10.
It's impressive, and then he kind of fell off from there. A lot of miscuts. So Masters is the only major that he played in the last 5 years. He was in it in 2024. Shout out VJ Singh. Good one today.
I don't think he's in the field this year.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, might be just not doing it anymore. But yeah, really, really good golfer. A little controversial, I think, in some things with his whatever. But yeah, good player. And it's just we don't care. Yeah,
we don't care. Yeah, controversial.
All right, so that's our show. Went long, but no, it was good. Good topics today. Lots of St. Louis sports talk inexplicably, but that's okay. Reminder, you can follow us at Stupid Sports Show on Twitter. So even though the college hoop season is over, sounds like you're still doing breakfast and brackets every weekday at 9 a.m. I'm sure there's some portal stuff, some coaching news that you guys are getting to. Yeah,
if Aaron can wake up. He had a long night last night covering the national championship, and it's okay. Yeah. But he's going to be back. I assume he'll be back with me tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. I want to talk about his experience because he was media, and that's a cool experience to cover the Final Four and just kind of the things he did. And he's lives in Indianapolis, so he was around there all week. But yes, a lot of coaching carousel talk, a lot of portal talk, and we do have a show tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central. Even this morning, I was on, and I kind of rambled for 15 minutes, and we'll have it for a little bit longer. We haven't decided how long yet, but. Should we give our news about our show? Probably should, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we are going to be on today, and we're going to be on Thursday, and then we're going on spring break.
Spring break.
Yeah.
But unlike the children who get only a week of spring break, we're taking 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks spring break. Extended spring break.
Yeah, Tim and I are going to take a 3 week spring. I mean, I got things to do. You got things to do. We got things to do. So we'll be back May 5th. We're going to have a show April 9th, and then we're going to take off till May 5th. So we'll have a lot to cover. The NFL draft will be done.
Yeah. Yep. We'll be into the playoffs for NBA and NHL.
Yeah. So we'll have a lot to talk about. We'll miss some things, but that's okay. I can fire hot takes at you on Twitter, and I'm sure Tim, when he's around, can do the same. But anyway,
I can publish my my Tim's top 10 for the mock draft right before the real draft because really that's like the biggest thing that I'll be missing.
yeah, and that's the reason we're coming back.
Yeah,
just in time for the WNBA season. We're gonna have a WNBA season special.
Did it not just end?
No, it's been a while.
When did the WNBA season end?
It's like October. It's like October or something.
Is that long ago?
Yeah.
But free agency just started.
Yeah, because they were going to go on strike. They had labor issues.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. See you, Angel Reese.
Yeah, ATL now. A generational Chicago athlete gone after 2 years.
Gone. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, yes, Aaron, that's what we planned just in time for the WNBA opener on May 8th. So yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, Aaron. Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. Well, let's get out of here. We'll be back Thursday nights to talk about how bad our Masters lineups are going, and to pretty much sign off and try to predict the next few weeks of the sports calendar before we go on spring break for a few weeks. But so it'll be a good one. So don't miss it. If you like the show, then definitely want to catch that one before we head out for a bit. But yeah, I'm all good. Rodney, you all good? Feel like we covered everything tonight?
Yes, sir. I am all good.
All right, let's get out of here then. He's Rodney Newpel. I'm Tim Fuzzy Van Stratton, and this has been another edition of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpel and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.